In this video, we would understand what are exponents or powers. When a number is multiplied by itself repeated times, it could be any number of times. For example, in this case, 5 is being multiplied by itself 3 times. Then a number can be written in the form called exponents. Exponents are numbers that have two components in them. One is called the base and the other is called the power. Base is the number that is repeated multiple times. So in this case, it's 5. And the power is the number of times that number is being repeated. So in this particular case, base is 5 and the power is, because 5 is being repeated 3 times, so it's 3. Finally, exponent is 5 to the power of 3. So we write on the base first and then we raise it to the power of its power. Therefore, we can conclude exponents are the numbers that can be written as base to the power of p. Let's say we have to write on this example in exponent form. We look at the number that is being repeated and that is 7. We write that number as the base and then we count the number of times this 7 is being repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it is being repeated, and that becomes the power of the number. The question can be asked other way around as well. We could be given the number in the form of an exponent and we could be asked to write it down in standard form. So we would write down 6 being multiplied with itself 4 times. And if the question wants us to evaluate it, means what is the value of 6 to the power of 4, then we first write it down in expanded form and then we just multiply the number with itself 4 times. So 6 times 6 is 36 times 6 is 216 times 6 is 1296. Therefore, 6 to the power of 4 is 1296. Here we have to note one thing, that if a number is raised to the power of 1, that means that number is written just one time. And if a number is raised to the power of 0, the answer is always 1. So any number that has a power 0 is equal to 1. We could also be given question in this form where the question asks us to write the numbers in the form of exponent, and the first question is 8. So we have to think which number multiplied by itself will give us an 8. The simplest number we can try is 2. So when we multiply 2 with itself 2 times, we get a 4. And when we further multiply it by another 2, then we get an 8. Therefore, 2 multiplied with itself 3 times gives us an 8. So 8 can be written as 2 to the power of 3. Let's take up another question just for the sake of practice. If we have to write on 27 in the exponent form, always remember, if a number is an odd number, we need not try it for 2, because definitely 2 is not going to give us an odd number when multiplied with itself. So let's try 3. If we multiply 3 with itself, we get a 9. When we multiply it further, 9 times 3 is 27. Therefore, 27 can be written as 3 to the power of 3. And this is how we write on numbers in the form of exponent. And the method that we use is called trial and error method in this case.